so much for coming and risking your lives to see live theater. No, that was just a joke. So this is Love in Empty Places. All the stories that you are going to see tonight were told by the actors, so they're all true stories. And then our playwright, Emma Kelly, collated the stories and dramatized the stories to bring them here to the stage. It was quite a rocky rehearsal period with COVID always lurking over our heads. We were always thinking, oh God, are we going to lock down? Are we going to lock down? But somehow we made it tonight to be here for you. What a treat this is. I'm almost in tears. So the show is 60 minutes. Then there will be an intermission for 10 minutes when you can drink outside and hopefully drink champagne, because the champagne was donated generously by Tom and Alona Lyons, and the money all goes to Millers and to Close Encounters Theatre. So when you drink champagne, you can feel good about yourself. So then we'll come back, and Emma Kelly had an intermediate script writing course, and 3 of the writers are going to share their work with you, and that will take about 20 minutes. So I hope that you all stay after intermission for the staged readings. I think that's it. I'm so excited. So this is Love and Empty Places. Enjoy the show.
Love and Empty Places.
L'amore all'acqua.
Che scorre nel fiume e allo stesso tempo il fuoco della barca che si infrange sugli scogli.
Rakkaus on kuin kimppuilmapalloja, jotka leijailevat ilmassa, törmäten toisiinsa. Joskus niiden nauhat kietoutuvat yhteen.
Любовь — это не притворяться, что веришь в иллюзии, созданные сексом, одержимостью и пустыми словами.
Love is drinking red wine until you pass out.
Love is a lot of fun when you're with the right person. But there's a pain in the ass when you aren't.
Love
is not yelling! Love is not yelling! Love is not yelling!
Love is a roller coaster! Love is
Passion! Attraction! Sex!
Amor no es llenar el vacío.
L'amore è un colpo di fulmine.
Liebe ist mir nicht da. Liebe ist überhaupt nicht da.
Ti amo.
Te quiero.
Minä rakastan sinua.
Sin serio.
Mahalkita.
I love you.
quiero.
I love you.
Te quiero.
I love you. Love is everything.
Scene 1.
Death.
Loss is life-changing. I know these things are certain in life. You're born, you live, you love, you die. I'm not going to start from the beginning.
So many different lengths of time by Brian Patton. How long does a man live after all? 1,000 days? Or only one? 1 week?
or a few centuries? How long does a man spend living or dying? And what do we mean when we say gone forever? Adrift in such preoccupations, we seek clarification.
We can go to the philosophers, but they will wary of our questions. We can go to the priests and the rabbis, but they will be busy with administrations.
Maybe we leave pieces of ourselves in everything we used to love. I wore a yellow coat to my father's funeral. I wanted it to be a celebration of his life. He died in a car accident when I was 12. It's okay. No, really. It's not your fault. The worst part was actually the vicar singing and my sister trying not to laugh.
Can we actually start over? Amazing grace, how sweet the sound.
I'm so sorry, sir.
Not really.
We both have a habit of laughing at the wrong times. We were in shock, I suppose.
It's absolutely not funny!
Not funny!
Cheers!
Cheers!
Here, have some. I'm too young.
It makes you feel better.
What is it?
It's melon liquor. Tastes like sweets.
But what if...
Look, no one cares. They're all drunk. So how long does a man live after all? And how much does he live while he lives? We fret and ask so many questions. Then when it comes to us, the answer is so simple after all.
Okay, but...
Look, vultures!
Yep.
Jesus, I didn't mean to down it all. Wow.
The wake was even worse than the funeral. Every adult drunk, trying to give me advice, whilst they slobbered and wept and drank and fought. I didn't even know half of them. Couldn't trust half of them.
Too young! Terrible! Shocking! So sudden! So sudden! So sudden! Did you know that he went to... Shh! What?
Her daughter is over there.
Where?
The one with the yellow coat.
Oh, she is miles away. Poor thing. Poor thing. Poor thing.
Mom! Can I talk to you? Could you please just come over here? I think somebody is stealing.
As I was saying, he wasn't wearing his seatbelt. And he went straight through the window. Oh, and there he was, lying on the ground. But then this woman came, and she took his hand for the entire time. What a wonderful woman. Wonderful.
Wonderful.
The kindness of strangers.
It must have been horrific!
Shocking. Oh.
Too young. Taken too young he was. You know, your father loved you so much.
Yes.
If there's anything you ever need, anything,
Great, thanks.
Come here and give me a hug.
Mom, I need to talk to you.
Just come here, love.
I think somebody is stealing.
Come here and hug me.
Can I talk to you alone?
We all family here. What is it? Just hug your mom.
Emma, do you think your dad would want me to have his coat?
His coat?
I suppose he could have it. You do look like him, Dave. Oh, I can't believe.
He does, doesn't he? Surely the coat would be a perfect fit for Dave.
Perfect fit.
Perfect.
Something to remember him by.
No.
No?
He can't have it.
Sorry, it's all a bit much for her. They were very close.
I know, he said.
I'll have a word.
How do you know? Right? He only met you like once at their wedding. Said he really didn't like you that much.
Come on, love.
It's grief. She's grieving.
I have a message. Can you hear me? He's very worried about you.
So, talking to the dead now, are we, Auntie Mary?
I found out. I have some of the power. Yes. He's very worried about you all.
Yeah, so am I.
If he's so worried and you can hear him, maybe you can get a message through to Mum.
What's that, love?
Is a bit more whiskey behind the bar I could have? Mary?
Bring me one too, Dave. I can't sleep.
You have to sleep.
You don't sleep, you'll fall apart.
I just.
Try one of those pills of Mary's.
Oh, I'll get you one.
Are you staying tonight?
Don't you worry. We will stay here until everything is sorted.
No, we're fine. We'll look after Mum.
I'll bring you a drink, Dave.
Told ya. Vultures.
She's the one, isn't she?
Just grieving.
No, I mean Emma.
Oh, poor
She's
Ella.
a bit of a brat.
Poor Ella, I can't imagine.
I know, I can't imagine.
Doing it all alone.
I am not a brat. I couldn't give him the coat, you see. You see, when they told me about the accident, the world just stopped. I stopped breathing. I stopped hearing. I felt numb, suspended in time. All I could hear was this static crackling in my head. I looked over the hallway, which was light compared to the sticky darkness of my mother's room. And this will sound stupid, but his coat, his green Barber jacket, was just hanging there by the red hoover. I couldn't believe that he'd gone, like fucked off, left me, abandoned me, took a little piece of me. So come on!
I love this! Sing it louder! It's what he would have wanted!
It's like a party, get this!
You know you got it if it makes you feel good.
He liked the party, didn't he? Ella?
Take a little piece of my heart. Yes, he did. I wish I could sing. Take a little piece of my heart.
A man lives for as long as we carry him inside us. For as long as we carry the harvest of his dreams. For as long as we ourselves live, holding memories in common, a man lives. His lover will carry his man's scent, his touch. His children will carry the weight of his love. A friend will carry his arguments. Another one will hum his favorite tunes. Another will still share his terrors.
And the days would pass with baffled faces. Then the weeks, then the months, then there will be a day when no question is asked, and an act of grief, where loosening the stomach and the puffed faces would come. And on that day, he will not have ceased, but will have ceased to be separated by death. How long does a man live after all? A man lives so many different lengths of time.
That was really beautiful.
You're right, but the wait was strange though. Lots of people I never met saying, sorry. And I'm like, thanks, but who are you? My mother was heartbroken. She fell apart. I suppose it's a different type of love, a husband and wife compared to a father and daughter. I was 16. They say I look like him. Same curly hair, same broad shoulders, same sense of humor. I felt detached. As the oldest child, I had to keep it together. And the worst was going back to school. People didn't know what to say, so they just didn't say anything.
Then came the boys. Maybe that will make me feel better.
Someone to feel that feeling of loss.
I'm looking for that piece of me that he took when he left.
Have you seen it?
I can't find it.
I'm trying, but it's empty.
The place is empty.
Scene 2.
First kiss!
My first kiss was not good.
My first kiss happened on a cold, snowy winter night.
My first kiss was unexpected.
My first kiss was a fucked up spin the bottle game.
My first kiss was shy.
My first kiss was too much tongue.
My first kiss was while arguing about clouds.
My first kiss almost broke my tooth.
My first kiss was in heaven.
My first kiss was eyeball to eyeball.
My first kiss was electric.
My first kiss was drunk. Cigarette breath. Nasty. We can do better!
Hey girls!
Hey boys! I tried when I met my first crush to patch out that little bit of darkness. There was definite chemistry.
She was smoking hot.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Magnetism.
Electric.
All right.
You?
Yeah?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Huh.
Green, grey eyes.
Huge. I mean, seriously developed and beautiful.
And I knew he was the one.
Oh my God! They're the one!
She was keen.
Yeah!
I was ready
I like them keen.
to have my first kiss.
What? You haven't kissed yet?
No, but I was ready. Have you got any gum?
Here, take one. My first kiss was hilarious. I was in a camp, one of those summer camps. I was 14. The girls were the panthers. And the guys were the puma.
Yeah!
It was one of those very, very sweet camps where you were not allowed to bring food. But one night, I managed to get a jar of Nutella.
Do you have a jar of Nutella?
Come with me. Shh, don't say anything. So, me and this guy who I never really talked to before, hid to have the Nutella. And when we went back, everyone was asking us where we were.
Where were you?
Where were you?
Where were you?
And we really couldn't say that we were having Nutella because it would have been such a big deal. The leaders of the camps, the adults, they would have been so pissed off. So we said we kissed, which was really not true. I mean, I didn't even know this guy. It was so by chance that we were out together that evening. But everyone got really attached to this story, which wasn't even existing.
How was it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God!
What was next?
Tell us more! Tell us more! Tell us more! Tell us more!
Every night, they were making up more parts of it. Every evening, we had this fireplace where we were telling each other stories. And since everyone was so involved into this story, they kept talking about it.
And then the strong puma took the beautiful panther.
And then they...
And then they...
And then they...
And then they didn't?
Did they?
And since we were pretty cute together, people were really, really into it. And I had to keep it going. But I really felt guilty about it. Girls?
Yes.
I have to tell you something.
Yes.
We're not really together.
What?
We were just hiding to have Nutella.
No!
I'm sorry, but I mean, really, it's
But
just
that's not possible!
You two are so cute together.
So cute!
Yeah, you're right. Kidding, huh? We're together. So, I had to make up this fake story for 10 days. On the last day, we had this night game where we had to hide in the woods. And it was a really scary game, so we hid together. Also because everyone would have expected us to do so. I mean, we were spending all our time together to keep up this fake relationship. And then it kinda...
They kissed!
We kissed! So wet! So much tongue! I couldn't even breathe! It was horrible! No, I mean really horrible! So horrible, I will never kiss a guy again!
Come on, you've been kissing this guy for 10 days. What's different now?
I lied! We never kissed before! We just made it all up just that we could have Nutella.
Ti amo Nutella!
I tried to tell you! You lied to us! Yeah, come on, guys, I told you! You were just not listening! I mean, seriously, guys! My first kiss was horrible, and all my friends could think of was the fact that I lied to them. I swear I will never kiss a guy again.
This is your town. Your
story, 'cause this is your town.
Stop! Now with some energy. Smile, smile, smile.
I have a type. Singers. My first relationship started in the chorus of Urinetown, the musical.
Scene 3, dating.
And a 1, and a 2, and a 3.
This is your town.
Enough! You're killing me. Practice.
Everyone thought we were together long before we actually were. Then it just became fact. At that point, Amy was more into me than I was into her, initially. We used to text each other a lot as we lived either side of the lake. You could call it a short, long-distance relationship. Sometimes she would sing me a song and send it.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
She was a great singer, and before I knew it, I was hooked. After a trip away, her parents asked her if she missed me, and she said,
Nope, not really.
I was preparing for exams 2 days before Valentine's Day when she sends me a text saying,
I don't think we should be together anymore.
and that was that. I texted her. I called her, but she just ignored me. The worst thing was I had a very long train journey to go see my parents, and all I had for company was a bag of McDonald's. I couldn't eat it, so I just sat there, staring at it, crumpled, going stale beside me. Ding! Ding, ding, ding! My dad made me stop texting her. I was obsessed. Then I hear she's written a song about me. Well, 2. One's more a love song, the other's more of a reasons why I broke up with you song. All on SoundCloud, for everyone to hear. I only heard about it because people kept asking me if I was okay. To have something taken away from you right as your life is turning a corner. Exams, university, moving country. I felt like I couldn't cope and broke down. With therapy, things improved. I fell in love again. Another singer. This time it's a long-distance relationship. Her in the US, me here in Zurich. But there are plenty of ways to stay in contact. I'm not sad about Amy anymore. The relationship taught me many things not to do. I learnt a lot.
The lecture is about to start. Scene 4.
Coming out.
I'm 30, and I had my coming out when I was 26. And before that time, I hadn't really thought of myself of being gay. But then I met someone, and this person completely destroyed my entire concept of love and loving someone of the same sex. So I was following, it was my freshman year at university. And I was following this TA course, like textual analysis. It's the first course that they make you take here at university when you study literature. My teacher was this teaching assistant, very cute, little one, named Michelle. I remember going there and being like, oh, I have to take this course, but I'm not really interested, because we were talking from Shakespeare to, I don't know, Virginia Woolf. Anyway, the first time that I went there and I saw her,
Excuse me. Are we looking at Freud today?
Yes, we're considering this concept of a repressed idea, or the thought that can get through the consciousness, if the condition is negated.
Oh. And I couldn't really listen to whatever she said. I had no idea what she said. This went on for a while. Like, I used to go there and I couldn't say a word. Usually, I'm a very talkative person. In every other classes, I would be like talking and blah, blah, blah. But with her, I was just sitting there, not hearing anything, staring at this person and trying to understand what she was saying. Because, I mean, I have to take a test at the end of the course. And then I realized what it was. I was lying to myself, you know. Like, I like this one. And she's a woman. She's not a man. And I couldn't deal with that. I couldn't really deal with that. So yeah, it took me a very long time to accept that I liked her. Not because she was a cool teacher saying cool things, because I mean, for the first 6 months, I didn't even know what she was saying. But I liked her because I liked her as a woman.
The bell goes and the students leave. Only Michelle and Nadia stands alone.
Thank you. So, are you enjoying this class?
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't say much.
I'm just not a very talkative person.
What else do you study?
Italian, but not because it's cool. It's my mother tongue.
That's great.
Grazie. So we start having breaks all the time, you know, cigarette breaks, where we used to talk about psychoanalysis because it was a common ground. And then I had to accept that I was in love with her. Eventually, I decided to write her a letter, a real one, on nice paper. Dear Michelle,
I am writing you this letter because I have the need to tell you the whole truth. It is a big step for me.
I don't like a lot of people, but I want those few to know it. I have the feeling I've known you my whole life.
Does this feeling ever happen to you? To me, it happens sometimes, and it's the strangest feeling ever.
It doesn't take a lot of time with a person for this to happen. It doesn't even need a lot of words. Little acts or gestures are enough.
It's just a sensation. And despite the fact it's kind of disorientating, it's extremely electrifying.
There is this sentence present in the 5th canto of the Divina Commedia, which says, Amor che nulla amato, amar perdona.
This verse contains a vast concept in which I firmly believe.
The story behind this verse is fascinating. Maybe you know it.
It is one of the most popular verses in Italian literature, maybe the most controversial.
When I first encountered it, I was 17. I fell in love right away.
This verse sums up the last time we spoke. We had this strange conversation. I like psychoanalysis, and I'm truly interested in it. I have to admit, though, that in a way, I was trying to impress you. Remember what I told you about the mirror? Reading Freud's text was like having a mirror in front of me. I'm not lying to myself anymore, and this makes everything easier. That day, in your office, you told me two important things. that made me think. You told me.
You are the center of your life. You have to decide for yourself. Do not let others do that.
I told you that I cannot work on things that I like because I get too involved. This includes you. So why did I decide to expose myself so much? Because the regret that I would have for not telling you this would be bigger than the risk that I'm taking. Maybe this comes out of the blue for you, maybe not. I hope you will appreciate my words. And will you let me the chance to get to know you? It took her a week to reply, by the official email of the university.
Thank you for your books and for your letter.
Oh yeah, I have given her 6 characters in Search of an Author by Luigi Pirandello.
I hope you will learn one day that the critical distance that you have to keep when you analyze this text from your feelings. Nadia, I wish you all the best.
And that was that. Sometimes I see her in the streets and I wave. But that's okay. She's the one who made me realize that I'm gay. Scene 5.
Marriage and divorce. I met my husband at work. He was already married, so nothing happened until we went on a business trip to Sweden. We were traveling in a helicopter.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. If you could please fasten your seatbelts. This is HX937 taking off from platform 9. Are we clear for takeoff?
We are clear for takeoff.
As they enter the air, a storm erupts. There is a lot of turbulence! Brace yourselves!
Finally, they landed and stepped out of the helicopter, dazed and confused.
We were staying in a castle and everything was shut because of the storm.
With a bit of persuasion, they opened the bar just for us.
Be our guest!
My hands were still shaking.
She looks so beautiful. Her cheeks still flash by our near-death experience.
We were all alone in this amazing castle.
Not a soul inside.
It was so surreal.
I just couldn't resist.
I couldn't stop myself from...
She told me I had to sort my life out. So I did. And when the time was right, I proposed to her by the Statue of Liberty. Will you marry me?
Yes! We married in Italy. We had, I think, 40 different nationalities coming to my wedding. So many people coming to this very tiny village where people have never seen a tourist before. So we married in this tiny village where I come from. And then we had this very nice reception with all the food from the region in the way that it's done there. You know, local, because I thought I would never be able to put together the food of 40 different nationalities. So I do the only thing I can do. I do my own food, my own way. It was really nice.
Salute!
Salute!
5 years later.
Baby 1. Baby 2.
No, you said you'd be back to help with dinner.
I have to prepare the trip to New York.
You've only just come back from London.
This is important. It won't be long.
Right, your children are important.
I'm doing this for them.
They need you.
Come on. It won't be long.
I work as well, you know.
Why are you being like this?
Because we have a problem.
I don't have a problem.
Well, I do.
It's your problem then.
Are you serious? Fine, fine, fine. Now it's your problem.
Oh! Scene 6. Birth! When I had my first child, I had to go to the hospital for the last month and couldn't get out of bed. Oh!
My second child was born in a hospital that was closing down.
I was 17 and pregnant from the first time I did it.
My husband, he didn't like blood or anything medical.
I didn't know about the birds and the bees.
He literally slowed down the car whilst I came out in labor. And the nurses could not believe it. I told them it was better this way or they would have another patient in their hands.
My parents were great, especially my dad. He used to look after my little boy while I went out for work. My son still remembers his nicotine-stained hands and the smoke-filled front room where they would play cards.
When my second child arrived, his father was already in the pub, waiting the baby's head.
This one has a huge head. This one is...
As he was the last baby to be born in the hospital, we all had a picture taken. It went in the local paper. But then, when he cheated on me for the second time, he went out of the window with his clothes, his books, and his records.
My second husband was in the room watching the birth, which was unusual for the 70s.
Scene 7.
Not having a child.
I was pregnant once with a previous partner. We were living in different countries at the time and at the start of our relationship. So it took me a while to mention it. Don't get me wrong, we had a very good relationship, but it meant one of us would have to move countries to give parenthood a chance. And we did. We made all sorts of plans and compromises. Then 2 months later, I had a miscarriage. I didn't know how I felt. For days I was frozen. First in disbelief, then in shock, and finally in anger. But then, sometime later I realized part of me was actually relieved. That made me think, I'm not sure if I actually want kids. I felt so guilty for feeling that. I sometimes think how my life would be now if we had the baby. Would I be living a steadier, quieter life? Would I be more grounded? Or would I feel trapped, miserable even? Sometimes I catch myself quietly observing my friends' children, and I do ask myself, will I end up feeling like I missed out on something wonderful? I don't want to have regrets. Sometimes I think it's so much easier for men to have it all, dreams, a career, and a family. Of course, there's always an element of sacrifice in raising a family, but if I'm being honest with myself, a child would only turn my world upside down. And why should we all follow a linear way of life, to be born, to be married, to have children, and to die? I like my life. I love the arts, I love science, I play music. I enjoy being a nomad. I take care of myself. I don't ever feel like my life is incomplete. My life is simply different.
Scene 7.5.
Empty spaces.
It's places! It's not spaces!
Fine.
Calm down, here. Okay, whatever. Scene 7.5.
Empty places.
Empty places are those single selfies.
Empty places when you cannot tell your dream to anyone.
Empty places are like a well that can be filled with love.
Empty places are silent.
Empty places are white walls with no pictures hanging on it.
Empty places are absent memories which do not bring out any emotions.
Empty places are for dancing tango.
Empty places are there when you leave your hometown.
Empty places. They don't exist unless we build them. Scene 8.
Separation!
Please, stop! Things can't be that bad.
You don't understand!
Can we talk about it?
I'm done talking and thinking over and over, going round and round my head!
I get it.
No, you don't!
I'm trying to.
I need to make a big change in my life!
That would be quite permanent.
Don't you get it? I'm trying to have courage!
Let me help you just go away from the age.
Seriously? Don't you get it? This building is a metaphor of my inability of living the man I don't love, which is hurting the man I do love.
I see. It's complicated.
It's not real, but it gets in my head. It's like this invisible prison I put myself in. I can't move forward. I can't move back.
Just talk to him.
Are you insane? Talking to him. I can't talk to him.
So, how long have...
23 years.
Maybe.
The problem is that we have never lived together.
Really?
He was living with his mother until recently.
His mother?
What?
He's what, the same age younger?
Same age, 42. But still. Anyways, when I gave in to the fact that that I couldn't leave him, that I was addicted to him, as sick as he made me feel. I told him to get his own flat. At least I didn't have to be at his mother every time I went back to visit him.
You don't live in the same city?
No, that's the thing. We only see each other at weekends. And that's not enough to properly know each other, and it's not enough to properly get sick of each other. It's just like being in a
limbo.
Exactly, complete limbo. I even found someone that I really, really love. But I just can't fight the addiction. I can't leave him. I feel so bad. I've taken so many years of his life.
But if you don't love him,
I'm a coward!
You just don't want to hurt him.
But I am hurting him! All our families know each other. He tells his mother everything! It's a small town. People talk. And I'm already the bad person for leaving him there to come here to work. And, I mean, you know me, I like to go out to have fun. He's the complete opposite. He cried when he got his own flat because he missed his mother.
wow, well,
just talk to him. I can't talk to him. I have to accept my fate.
Fate!
What are you doing here? But I have my tickets. I told you not to come. Why are you here?
It's just...
Is there something wrong with the flat?
No,
Is that your mother?
No, it's...
Then what the hell is it?
I want to be alone! I mean... I don't think we should be together anymore. Sorry. Are you okay?
But I already have my tickets.
That's why I came here. To tell you. To not make the journey anymore. I should probably get going.
Yeah, just take those. I mean, they're mostly your things anyways. Woo! I'm free! The universe has spoken! Thank you, universe!
You're welcome!
I am free! I'm not responsible for pleasing his family or pleasing my family or feeling guilty. I can love properly. C9!
Family!
From my grandfather, I learned something quite clear. As he had lots of friends, he was a very friendly person. So we used to have this little house outside Madrid.
Salud!
Every summer there were lots of people coming to the house. They were staying for a few days, and my grandfather was helping all of them. Then, as he grew older, and he was not able anymore, all these people who in the past had filled the house, they stopped visiting him. Simply were not there. It seemed like they had forgotten him. Both my grandmother and my grandfather spent the last years of their lives at the old people house. My grandfather was there first. I was going there every weekend, and I was bringing along my books from university. I was studying beside him, and we didn't have much to talk since we already had said everything. So I was just sitting there beside him. I know that he liked that, just me being there with him. Then, while I was doing so, I was wondering, Where are all these people that they used to come to our house? Where are they now? Have they forgotten you? Then, a few years later, I had to say goodbye to him while I was still in Madrid. I look very much like him, or that's what my mother says. I have lots of friends, and I am busy with 1,000 things, just like he did. So I wonder what it will be for me in the future. Will it also happen like it happened to him? Will it also happen this to me? Will my friends also forget me? Well, then maybe I don't care. He didn't seem to care so much. He was just happy to have his family there by his side. And I'm your family. Nunca te olvidaré. I'll never forget him.
Scene 10.
Empty spaces make us human.
If there is an empty space in your heart, it means that there's room to grow around it. The place will be there. It will always be there.
People who once filled them were meant to be let go. I was 16 to 17 when I met this very nice guy. We instantly fell in love and stayed for almost 10 years together. We shared so many first-time things, grew up with each other's positive influences, and I really thought I would have a family with him in the future. What attracted me very much was his sensitivity. He really has a beautiful and sincere soul. As opposed to me, he is an introverted person. That hasn't been really easy. Especially when he was accumulating everything inside till it became so big to bring him into a depression. I tried so hard to be a support for him without having any idea at the time what a terrible enemy a depression could be for who lives it, but also for the people around. During the last 2 years, somehow, our lives started going in different directions. We lost each other. Eventually, we broke up. After trying to save our relationship back and forth.
thankful to him. Because he taught me how it feels when
Your heart is getting full of love, support, respect, joy, at the point that it feels like
it wants to explode.
explode.
But as big and sincere, it was the feeling that we felt for each other. As big, it was the feeling of emptiness that I had in my heart many years after. I smile, thinking of Alex. And I know he has good memories of our times together. And I am proud of the direction he has taken in his life after me. The empty spaces, they become part of your fabric, like knots of a tree. They signpost all the people and places that left their mark on you. For better, for worse. First loss.
Loss.
First kiss.
Kiss.
First love.
Love.
Those we take with us. Those we leave behind. On our journey through love and loss. And through all the empty places.
Are they so lovely, these stories? I'm so emotional.
That will make you even more emotional.
So I just want to do a couple of quick thank yous before you have a 10-minute intermission before we do the second half. So I really want to thank Miller's, first of all, for letting us perform in this gorgeous space. And to my assistant director, Christina, who also was a stage manager, who called this beautiful show perfectly. Oh my God. On the viola, Samuel Matzner. And then we have just a lot of people that just volunteered their time to take pictures. So Tren and Fabian and the person that designed the front program, Vlad. And I'd also like to thank, just because they're here, my partner Sergio Bortolani, my business partner Joanne Wilmot, and our designer Sully Grant. So. And then I would like to very much thank these guys who are rockin', and you for all coming to the show. So thank you so much. I'll see you in 10 minutes. Get your champagne. Thank you so much.